of the Sacred Brotherhood of Kemet. Not only that, I'm going to give y'all a sidebar. This is the temple that stuff will I implement your music on JPay Key. Oh, I definitely need that JPay money. All right, so check out this, y'all. The Temple of Lexar is also within the temple courts of this main temple. This is the principal temple right here. This is where Alexander the Great went to become an initiate into the craft. This is also where, well, in their courts, the Temple of Lexar, that is the temple that, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all, man. I'm one of them so improved brothers, man. Let me show y'all something, because it's about educating our people, man. Let me show y'all something real quick. Hold on. I'm just giving y'all a quick sidebar before we go back into this lesson, because I feel like if I just touch a little bit of it, then y'all won't get the full concept. And I want y'all to leave out of here with a full concept of what I'm talking about. So check out this, y'all. Here we go. Y'all see this picture right here? These are the Greeks. These are the Greeks right here. When the Greeks first came into Kemet after 5,000 years of prohibition, and my cross-reference is Stolen Legacy by James George James, right? Who was Dr. Ben Yannicka's master teacher. When they first came in, they studied under the Kemites for their sole purpose of education. This guy right here, Alexander the Greek, took it too far. Let me tell you why. If you notice, he's in Kemet. Look at the hieroglyphics. Look at the hieroglyphics on the wall. He's in Kemet. And he was accepted as a savior because the Persians was ruling over Kemet, and they was giving Kemet a run for their money. This particular guy then protested against the Kemetic priest, and he had his source wrong. He say, tell me that I am a son of Amun-Ra. They say we must go to the oracle. The oracle said he was not a son of Amun-Ra. This guy right here, and this is the Temple of Lexar within the Temple of Amun-Ra. This is where Jesus studied and got initiated. And I told y'all it still lives today. The temple is still standing. He pulled out his sword and said, go check again. They came back and said, yeah, you are the son of Amun-Ra. This is why we now have this picture. These are the ram horns of Amun-Ra. So just a little African history to add to. Check this. This is the Temple of Amun-Ra right here, y'all. Y'all see this? Temple of Amun-Ra. Remember I told y'all the Temple of Lexar is in the courtyard? Look at this. This where Jesus was at. This is where Alexander the Greek went. South of the Temple of Lexar. Look, this was the temple gates. It was a humongous temple. It was the principal temple of Kemet. It was the principal temple. So let's go back over here, y'all, with all these books. Then it goes on to say this. Jesus stayed in Zoan many days, and then he went forth into the city of the sun that man called Heliopolis. Heliopolis is a two-syllabus word. The prefix is helio, which means sun, which is Amun-Ra. Opolis is the suffix, and it means city of. So it's the city of the sun, the city of Amun-Ra. And sought admission into the temple of the Sacred Brotherhood. The Council of the Brotherhood, mind y'all, we still on that title Sikh, meaning spiritual guide. Meaning spiritual guide. Check this. The Council of the Brotherhood convened, and Jesus stood before the Hierophant. What is the duty of a Hierophant? The duties of a Hierophant is to interpret the hieroglyphics into to the initiate. And it was not done by way of writing. It was oral tradition. And even in the Moore Science Temple of America, when you become an ADAP, most of our lessons are oral tradition. It's passed from the master teacher's mouth to the student's ear. It's still done the same way. Let me show y'all what I mean by this. Where my Stolen Legacy? I'm going to pull that up next. Check out this, y'all. It says the Hierophant, it says the Council of the Brotherhood convened, and Jesus stood before the Hierophant. He answered all questions that were asked with clearness and with power. The Hierophant exclaimed, Rabboni of the Rabbinate, why come you here? Your wisdom is the wisdom of the gods. Why seek for wisdom in the halls of men? And Jesus said, in every way of earth life I will walk. In every hall of learning I will sit. The heights that any man has gained, these I will gain. What any man has suffered, I will meet, that I may know the griefs, the disappointments, and the sore temptations of my brother man, that I may know just how to succor those in need. I pray you, brothers, let me go into your dismal crypts, and I will pass the hardest of your tests. He was seeking to be an initiate. Check out this. The master. Now we go from the Hierophant to the master. The master said, take then the vow of secret brotherhood. And Jesus took the vow of secret brotherhood. The master spoke. He said, the greatest heights are gained by those who reach the greatest depths, and you shall reach the greatest depths. Now here's where that title Sheikh come in. The guide. Hold on. Because the Sheikh means spiritual guide, right? Check out this, y'all. It says, the guide then led the way, and in the fountain Jesus bathed. And when he had been clothed in proper garb, he stood again before the Hierophant. A Sheikh's duty is to be a spiritual guide to all those who are initiated into the sacred brotherhood, also known as Third Heaven, the ADAP chamber of the Moore Science Temple of America. What a lot of these Kemet people ain't teaching y'all is this. They're not really Kemetic. I'm gonna show y'all how and why. Because they wasn't initiated by us. All these people around on this app scream out Hotep this, Hotep that. If you were not initiated by Moors, you are not Kemetic. I'm gonna show and prove it to y'all. Watch this. Check this. And you must be initiated by a Sheikh or a Sheikhess. Y'all see this joint right here? This is Stolen Legacy. Greek philosophy is stolen Egyptian philosophy. This is by George G.M. James. This was Dr. Ben Yannicka's master teacher right here. Let me show you what he says. He says in this particular book, check this, y'all. We absolutely, you see I'm connecting the dots, Prime, and I'm only teaching about Sufism. And I'm only teaching about what a Sheikh is. And I done went through a few books so far. We all interconnected. Let me show y'all this. Hold on. Let me put this right here so it can hold this page down. It says right here, during the Persian, Greek, and Roman invasions, large numbers of Egyptians fled. They got the hell on. Fled not only to the desert and mountain regions, but also to adjacent lands in Africa. What they not telling you is these mountains that they went into, right? What was the mountains? See, you hear a lot of people talk about Europeans being Caucasians. That's true, Prime. That's true. That is a fact. That's true. You hear about all of these people saying that Europeans are Caucasians. No, they are not. That is the reason that the ancient Egyptians assigned for them to live. The Caucasus Mountain, that reason, was an ancient Egyptian colony. It's two different Caucasus Mountain. You have the Lesser Caucasus and then you have the Greater Caucasus. The Lesser Caucasus is where Africans stayed at. The Greater Caucasus is where they had placed the Europeans who was kicked out of Kush, Eden, the land of Eden, Kush, the Garden of Eden, Kush, Aksum, Amaxum. Let's continue on. It says this. Arabia, Asia Minor, where they live, and secretly developed the teachings which belong to their mystery system. In the 8th century AD, what? The Moors. The Moors. The Moors, natives of Mauritania in North Africa, invaded Spain and took with them the Egyptian culture, which the Egyptian culture, which they had preserved. It was the Moors who preserved the ancient Egyptian mystery system. Because check this. What they're not telling you is when Kemet fell, it never got back up. The Moors and teaching the wisdom teaching or mysteries of Greeks used to call Sophia. That's a whole nother lesson in itself. Never underestimate the power of a sentence, y'all. That alone is a lesson you could teach on by yourself for hours. As such, the people of North Africa were the neighbors of the Egyptians. It's talking about the Moors, and became custodians of Egyptian culture, which they spread through considerable portions of Africa, Asia Minor, and Europe. During their occupation in Spain, the Moors displayed with considerable credit the grandeur of African culture and civilization. The schools and libraries these are the Moors, which they established became famous throughout the medieval world. Science and learning were cultivated and taught. The schools of Cordova, Toledo, Seville, Saragossa attained such celebrity that they, like their parent Egypt, attracted students from all parts of the Western world, and from them arose the most famous African professors. The most famous African professors came out of the school. Again, this is why that title Sheikh is so very important and shouldn't be taken lightly. Because this is why the Holy Prophet declared, we are the guiders of the nation. We are the guiders of the nation. We are the spiritual guides. We are the fathers and mothers of civilization. Not only did we spread the ancient Egyptian mystery system all over the world, because it would have died out with Kemet, we also spreaded Islam once we got our hands on Sufism. Let me show y'all what the books say, what the world books say about the Moors. Check this, y'all. Check out what it says, y'all. What was the way of the life for the Moors? What was the way of life? The character of the Moor has been molded by the desert, by Islam, and by influences from Black Africa. Hold on, let's go down here. The Moor has an amazing memory. The typical Moor is a storehouse of information about all the Moorish tribes and can recite all their family histories. Y'all see that? This is how the world viewed the Moors when they sat down with the sheikhs and the imams and the sheikesses. Let's go back over here, man. Let's go back over here. Hey, Mob, you learning, bro? I told you when you hit me up and you asked the question about Sufism, I had to go live about it because check this. The internet can be misleading. And again, the title Sheikh means guide. It means guide. I can't let the internet guide my brothers and my sisters. That's what I'm here for. So check out this, right, y'all? The title Sheikh means spiritual guide. Our duty as a Sheikh or for our sisters, right? Sheikesses. Because in Africa, we practice an equal society. We didn't have our women walking behind us. That's Arab culture. I'm not saying they right. I'm not saying they wrong. I'm not saying they right. I'm not saying they wrong. You get what I'm saying? What I'm saying is according to Moorish culture, And I was taught by Clifford Jackson Bey. Check this. That was one of my elders. If it wasn't for Grand Sheik's Clifford Jackson Bey, check this, y'all. We wouldn't know where Prophet Drew Ali was buried at. I got the Chicago Defender paper talking about it. I come from a hell of a lineage. Sheikh Talia Shekinah Bey, Sheikh Yusuf Muhammad Bey, them elders. You trust what I'm saying? They trusted me with lessons that Sister Pearl Drew Ali gave them. I got Sister Pearl Drew Ali buried her obituary. Sister Mary Drew Ali. I come from that lineage. A lot of information on this app can be very misleading. Very misleading. Especially when it comes to Islam, because you go run into practitioners of Islam that believe this and believe that. That believe this and believe that, but no proof. No proof. Definitely, I don't take it lightly, man. I don't, man. Like, having them elders that was actually taught by that man himself teach me. Listen, Clifford Jackson Bey laid his hands on me. That brother say, you got something, folks? That's according to etymology. That's baby language, Mo, with all due respect. That's Shekinah, that's Hebrew. That means God on earth, in the presence of God. But that's baby language right there. We talking on a whole nother level. We breaking it down according to the circle 7. But we know it come from Shekinah. That's Hebrew. But ask yourself this: where do the Hebrew language come from? Where do the Hebrew language come from? Where my lessons at, man? Do anybody know where the Hebrew language come from? Because now it goes back farther than Shekinah. Let's look it up, y'all. Let's look it up. Let's go to the books. Not Arabic. Arabic is a new language. It is, Mo. You got to study more, brother. With all due respect, you got to study more. It is. It's levels to every single lesson, Mo. It's levels. Let's see where the Hebrew language come from. Hebrew language, Semitic. No, we not. No, we not. That's not true. Semitic language of the Northern Central, also called Northwestern group. It is closely related to Phoenician. Phoenician, you good, brother Prime. You good, my brother. You my family. I got your actual number. You got mine. We locked in. Phoenician is the Greek language. The Greek word. It is the Greek word for Canaanite and Moabite. Look, it is closely related to the Phoenician and Moabite, with which it is often placed by scholars in a Canaanite. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I say it's good to bring. Look, y'all know I got a library over a thousand books. We ain't even talking about the documents I got. Check this, y'all. With which it is often placed by scholars in a Canaanite subgroup spoken in ancient times in Palestine. Look at that. Check this. Look at this, y'all. Absolutely. Listen. Hebrew, that language, literally, I could show y'all. It literally comes from the Moabite and Canaanite language. That's why linguistics, right? Those who study language cannot tell the difference between the Moabite language and the Canaanite language. They can't. They can't tell the difference because the alphabet system of both Canaanite, Moabite, and then of course Hebrew, thirdly, they all look the same, y'all. Check this, y'all. This is who my teachers was taught by. Anybody know who these two sisters is? I'ma show you. I'ma show you, Mo. I'ma show you, Mob. Check this. They don't know about this either. The Moorish Zionist Temple of the Moorish Jews. This is where the Hebrew Israelites originally come from. This is the fathers and mothers of the Hebrew Israelites. Before they was called Hebrew Israelites, they were called the Moorish Zionist Temple of the Moorish Jews. Let's get it. Again, do anybody know who these two sisters is? I'm explaining to you what happened too. We about to have a talk, man. Straight up, we about to have a talk. Hey, y'all, listen real quick. Hold on, man, because I'm dropping some shit right quick. Hold on. Listen. Y'all know I'm an aggressive teacher. I'm an aggressive teacher, man. I don't pussyfoot around the information. Absolutely. Prime. That's why I'm showing it too, right? Because we all are one. We all are one. I'm showing the connection. We all locked in. Hold on, y'all. Check this, y'all. I don't do beans. Don't give me beans, family, because this app takes 70% of our earnings, and it ain't no telling. Man, I'm with you too, Prime. You my brother. We ain't, listen, you my brother. Straight up. I choose, check this, y'all. I choose who my brothers and sisters is. Luna, my sister. Hands down. You my brother. Straight up. Like, yo, I choose who my brothers and sisters is. If we got each other, if we locked in, I got your number, you got mine, you family, bro. So check this. If y'all want to support Sheik, if y'all do, hit that Cash App. $ Big Sheik Alert. I don't do beans because they extorting us on this app. But if y'all do want to, if y'all do have it to support, hit that Cash App. Anything is appreciated. So let me show y'all something. Check this. This is Sister Mary Drew Ali. This come direct to fix the holy proper breath and dinner. Let me show y'all something. Hold on, let me show y'all something. You are meant to seek. You get what's called. You run across a person, you ask them who made you, and they say, "Oh, I made myself." They are not a sheik. Look at this. So that this might be accomplished, it is lawful and necessary to appoint Asar Sadiel to the office of sheik. Now, Grand Temple. That's it. You don't make yourself no sheik. You don't. You don't make yourself no sheik. The elders got to make you a sheik. And again, everybody's not qualified to be a Sikh or a Sikhist. They not. They not. You know, I tell people often, right? When you initiated into the mystery of craft and you become an adept, you become an adept. Hold on, y'all. Let me see some. Hold on. This Wi-Fi. Turn the Wi-Fi on. Let me see. Cause I want to interrupt this lesson. Oh, we on. All right. Check out this, y'all. When I was initiated into the adept chamber, I thought that was everything. Oh, I'm an adept now. I'm an adept. Stuff for a lot. That's not the case. Because if you just a member in the Moore Science Temple of America, you're just going to see things from a member's perspective. If you are an adept, you are only going to see things from an adept perspective. But if you are made a Sikh, then you're going to see things from a Sikh perspective. You're going to see things from a Sikh level of understanding is higher than that of an adept, and the adept information and level of understanding is higher than that than a member, or at least it should be. At least it should be. Straight up. But yeah, in the Moore Science Temple of America, we practice Sufi Islam. Sufi Islam is the only form of Islam where you can be one with Allah. In other forms of Islam, they say you can't be one with Allah. In Sufi Islam, we teach that we could create our own heaven on earth, because heaven is a state of mind and hell is a state of mind. When every time I pull out my prayer rug and I make my salah, I'm in heaven on earth because I'm one with Allah. I don't need to die to go to paradise and talk to my Father God Allah. I'm one with Him. I'm one with Him. And that's what we teach in Sufi Islam. Hold on, where that pressure at? Hold on. Let me show y'all something. I want to show y'all something. We put this camera. I want to show y'all something. So let me proceed. I want y'all to see. And Sufism is take this look. It says, y'all. The psychological experience through which the mystic adept has to pass. When you are initiated into the adept, you are adept, right? When you are made adept, when you